Hello, 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 hello. Here we are, British People's League. We gotta let you have a look at Billy the British Bulldog. We're all set. We're not in the entertainment business, but we might as well keep your interest up with a bit of splash. Talk of splashes. March 28th, here we are. Yours truly, John Beattie, spokesperson for the British People's League. BritishPeoplesLeague.com on this March 28th. Spring out the window. As I glance over, I have this huge picture window. Once again, we have the double sword. We have Sir John behind one side, and we have Queen Victoria's portrait up on the wall on the other. So I guess that shows you where the roots are. I actually wasn't going to do this video until tomorrow, the 29th of March. But an inspiration hit me. Not a real super duper inspiration of joy, an inspiration of shock. I shouldn't be shocked at anything in this world. As those of you who keep tabs on my BritishPeoplesLeague.com web pages know, I was asked by, what can I say, a prominent, sincere Anglo-Saxon type who's sort of part of the establishment, but no real official position. But I respect this man, okay? That's one thing those of you out there know in video land, YouTube land, that I don't associate with people I don't respect. Okay, and that doesn't mean a snob. I know a couple of drunks, I can respect them when they're sober. I'm not so hot when I've had a couple of beer every couple of months, I let loose. I'm beating around the bush as usual. I just have to know how to phrase today's talk properly. As some of you know who follow the BritishPeoplesLeague.com editorials, my last comment, and that's usually the first comment, the fresh input on our editorial page, is an indication of where we're at a point in time. The latest blurb under the photo of the Three Musketeers on our homepage mentions about me being asked by this prominent person to run for town council in the municipal elections in Ontario, Canada, about a year and a half away, fall 2014. Well, hypocrisy, here we go, because I, for one, especially in proud white circles, British, Canadian, British, Britons in the motherland, Australia, New Zealand, I've always stated it's too late for electioneering to save our race and our peoples. But on the other hand, when you've got a prominent type who you know is serious, he came to the office here all on his own, and he said, well, there's a personnel problem with the town council, and people are fed up with it. What's happened, folks, is, as with anywhere in the world, I don't care if it's a Legion Hall, a curling club, or wherever, you're going to have mini politics amongst executives. And here in the town council, a new Reeve who got the cottager vote versus the old-timers local vote has ruffled feathers. I don't know all the details, but a lot of good people have been squeezed out or resigned from the village council. Now, a person with my strong views for our race globally, and especially those of British stock, why would I be pinning down to a little village? Well, first off, this village is still Anglo-Saxon, hidden away in cottage country, Ontario, Canada. 98% white, whiter than the driven snow. I don't see any non-whites. I don't cater to the couple of Asian-descended stores. So I don't see a non-white all winter. In the 8 weeks of summer season, yes, you get the flood from the city, non-whites, whatever. But back to this municipal bit. I'm wandering a bit because I'm stalling. I don't know how to get to the point here. So I thought about it with this gentleman, and I was thinking quickly. Prominent guy, lots of friends, so that'll be quite a few votes. There's only 5,000 people in the municipality of Minden Hills, Ontario, Canada. And those of you who have followed the history of the British People's League know, as in previous videos, I have stressed about the 200-acre party that was cancelled. basically because of the Reeve raving to get the police to investigate, scared the landowner, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, but that's not the reason to jump in as international director of the British People's League to a little wee village politics. Ha ha, ha. We'll get to the point. And that's why I put the video on today. I was at the first town council meeting I've attended since they put up a water tower up behind us here, up behind the Heritage House here. Well, I took a huge hill up the back, the big water tower. So anyway, yeah, I say anyway. Yes, I'm going to brag. I saved the taxpayers $250,000, $250,000, by protesting at that meeting about their over budget. Suddenly, after Beattie raved at them, I had to leave at noon. I was afraid somebody would call the cops. In the paper the next day, it said, "A man in the audience." Oh, don't mention Beattie's name. Oh, a man in the audience. Yeah, right. Okay, so that was the last council meeting, laying some groundwork here. So after consideration, yes, I decided, okay, I'll run. I respect the person who's deputy Reeve on the council right now, the only business lady as far as I'm concerned on the council. Now, by saying that, that doesn't mean she shares any of my views whatsoever. I've just made a simple comment. But that's the position suggested to me that I should run for. Well, there's 5,000 live here year-round. The cottagers have the well-deserved vote. The cottage money keeps the village going. Without the money in the summer and the winters, you got skidooing and so on. So, Deputy Reeve, well, there's different wards. I had suggested to the gentleman, I said, well, what about, start off small with one of the wards. I think there's only about 3 wards. He said, no. If you're going to do it, John, might as well, head right near the top. But going right to the top would have been pretty much for a guy. The only time I ever ran before was for mayor of Toronto years ago in the 70s. So Deputy Reeve, that sort of covers the area, and this gentleman said, he's telling me, he said, John, you're well known, you're well liked. I mean, so you see again, folks, the separation, not between church and state, but the separation between the public news media and the real world. It's 2 different worlds. People who know me know I'm not a screaming, hateful man. Okay, well, I do raise my voice. But I'm not a hateful man. I don't hate the other races. I just am proud of our people. That's all. Check the previous videos. It's all been well stated in previous videos. But it's quite interesting to hear it from a prominent citizen. And I've always said over the years, where I first started out shortwave broadcasts, then I went to shoutcast on the internet broadcasts, and then we went to audio, and now full graduation onto YouTube. We've hit the top. And I've always said that eventually, well, I've said big money, but you know what? Recognition by higher up people is worth money for campaigns, whatever. And I grin again. I won't be putting a lawn sign up. I won't have to. The news media, as I say, the difference between the public news media and the real world. I don't need to worry about publicity because the public media is going to scream and rant and rave. Don't let Beattie on the town council. Whoa, a white racist Jack the Ripper. And let the Hun. Ooh. What are they afraid of? Well, so the town council meeting today, this morning, was the first one I've attended since the water tower thing a couple of years ago. So I thought, well, if I'm going to run, and who knows, I might win. I'm running to win. Then I better start getting the routine of the town council meetings under my belt. So it started at 10. Now, apparently, usually the closed camera sessions where they discuss personnel problems or whatever at the town council. And by the way, that's one of the main reasons I'm sure that the guys on my side and girls want me in there, because they've got a serious personnel problem with the village. Or could it really be that a few in the know damn well that this could get not just provincial publicity, but national publicity, even international publicity, dare I suggest that. So like I say, I don't need to worry about a sign. The enemy press is going to give us all the free publicity. If they black it out, all the better. And me going to all candidates' meetings, that's going to be neat, just neat. All the catcalls will come out, you're a white racist. Well, I'll say I'm a white man, I'm proud to be white. Whatever. But I will always pin back to the local taxpayers of the municipality. Oh, here we go, election blurb time. I can't believe this. But in any case, if it's a step in the right direction, and now to my point, I've hinted about a point to be made. So the closed camera session is supposed to be 9 to 10 normally, but today the public got in at 10 o'clock, but they did the closed camera session at 10:20. About a personnel problem. Well, I suspect it's the former Reeve who was well liked, etc., but he lost by 300 votes. The Cottager vote outvoted him. A lot of our local people, unfortunately, didn't come out and vote. But his partner was the deputy clerk of the township, and she was let go unceremoniously, and I know there's going to be legal action over it. Again, what are we getting at, Beattie? Okay, so I get to the meeting this morning, and on the agenda, well, usual town council stuff, we're going to pay this bill, that bill, the treasurer's report, and they all pretended they didn't notice me sitting there. There was only about 4 members of the public there. But watch this cutie. So just before they're going to go into the closed session, where they're going to discuss personnel problems, they want to recognize a gal for getting Queen's Jubilee Medal. So I thought, oh, well, this will be interesting, Queen's Jubilee Medal. This is a municipal association person, okay, who was paid to go to China, who was paid to go to Mozambique. Those were her 2 areas to show municipal expertise from Ontario, Canada, in China and in Mozambique. And she was the star today at the meeting with, what, 6 council people, a couple of employee clerks or whatever to run the meeting notes and so on. 2 little gals sitting in front of me, Beattie near the back, and the news media, and that was it. So she gets this Queen's Jubilee Medal for work she had done, municipal work, to have a connection between China and Mozambique. And what, Minden, Ontario? This is what the meeting is held for in Minden, Ontario? You can hardly find it on the map. Unbelievable. Oh, wait for it. We're just getting warmed up. We're just getting warmed up. So after they recognize her, oh, well, of course, you didn't see me applauding, and that was noticeable, I'm sure. This gal praises herself, plunks herself down at the microphone. Oh, yes, I got the Queen's Jubilee Medal for, you know, municipal interfacing with Chinese and Mozambique over there in person. Yeah, at the taxpayer's expense. So we're paying for a municipal representative now in China and Mozambique. The multicultural at work, folks. Multicultural at work, folks. Multicultural at work, folks. Unbelievable. And this was the key part of the meeting. The meeting only lasted about an hour, and then, well, not even that. Half an hour, and we're kicked out for the closed camera session. But before she's done toasting herself, there was only 1 man out of the 5 councillors. The rest are all ladies. Well, it's getting unreal a little bit. I mean, I'm all for women power with their family life. But, you know, the post office and now municipalities, there's 1 guy there. I thought I had respect for him on budgeting from what I'd read in the local papers. So he is leading the applause, and then suddenly he gets on his feet. And so there they are, 6 councillors, a couple in the audience, everyone. But proud to say, yours truly, as International Director of the British People's League, sat on my fanny. No recognition from me. Whores above! You're supposed to be up clapping for multiculturalism. What, clapping for sending somebody over to China and Mozambique? I pay taxes too. This is what we're paying for? Unbelievable. So then, as I walked out, there was absolutely no doubt in my mind. We all have a personal God, okay? whether I'm being steered by divinity or whatever, or just fluke. But, you know, I expected a boring meeting this morning with talks about potholes and, you know, fences, dog tags, who knows what. And this is what we get in the first 20, 25 minutes. Somebody being praised as a member of the municipalities for going to China and Mozambique. So am I ever glad I'm throwing my hat in the ring and announcing it a year and, well, we'll say a year, 13 months, 14 months in advance. So the word will spread. I really wonder where I'd fit in. Well, now I know. I don't have to open my mouth about it. The public press will do it for me. Come on, lefty media. Come on, Multico. Get your smears going, because your smears aren't working. White people are standing up for their rights without hatred. Just simply proud of our heritage, as I'm proud of the two behind me here. Sir John A. Macdonald and Queen Victoria. The gal that has the Deputy Reeve position is a very serious, articulate representative. Doesn't mean she agrees with any of our views whatsoever. It's just unfortunate. Maybe she won't run. But just running, even if I don't win, just running will put them on their toes from now till the election. That is for sure. It's still unbelievable to me. That's why I decided to put the video on today, John, while you're still riled up. Just think. A teeny little village. Now, in the off-tourist months, there's only 5,000 people in Minden Hills. That's not even counting the village, the surrounding area. When cottagers come up, there's, you know, thousands of cottagers, of course, come up. But right now, there's hardly anyone here. And that's what we got to listen to. A standing ovation, but proudly yours truly just sat for a municipal association person, taxpayer paid to go to China and Mozambique. Absolutely pathetic. The disgust is there. Now, I'm running longer than our normal videos. Okay, so we'll continue with our next show, our next YouTube, the second week of April. Okay, have a very happy and sincere Easter, and thank you for listening, and stay tuned in. You will stay tuned in, won't you now?